Hi, this is Vicki with Learning Home Volunteers, and welcome back to our session. This week, we're going to do some of my favorite five things. We're going to make a pinata, and we're going to play a matching game. Let's get started. Well, this is activity number 5, make a pinata, and who doesn't like a pinata? At our carnival, we had our very own star pinata to celebrate our birthday. I even learned that there's a pinata song. Did you play with this? Did you get to sing it? Hit, hit, hit. Don't lose the knack because if you lose it, you'll lose the way. You tried it once, you tried it twice, you tried it 3 times, and now your time is up. And yeah, our pinata had candy and little toys, and we included some in your little bag to have some little treats that come out of your pinata. But we're going to make our pinata out of a paper bag. First, you're going to want to decorate the pinata. You'll need some glue. We've included tissue paper to glue in rows like we're seeing here if you want to use them, or your learner can create their own design of what they want in their pinata. And once you've got it decorated, you want to put your prizes in the bag and then use the string to close it by weaving in and out and then tying the string to be able to put it up somewhere. Now it's time to actually try and break it open. If you've never heard the pinata song, yeah, check it out on YouTube. Well, I love the great number 5 rhymes that are taught in preschool, and this is one is a little bit dangerous and scary. But before we get to the rhyme, let's make the puppet sticks that we're going to actually use for the child to kind of act it through. In your bag marked number 5, you're going to find 5 little paper monkeys that look like the one on the left, a crocodile, 6 sticks, and a bunch of pieces of cardboard. To get your glue out, the first thing we need to do is find that long piece of cardboard and glue the crocodile on it. And then glue each of the monkeys to its very own piece of cardboard. Once they're all glued on, you want to glue the sticks to the back of the cardboard. And now we're actually ready to learn the rhyme. This goes something like this. 5 little monkeys sitting on a tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. Along came Mr. Crocodile and snap. 4 little monkeys sitting in a tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. Along came Mr. Crocodile as quiet as can be and snap. And then it keeps on going until there are no monkeys left. And it ends like this. And away swims Mr. Crocodile, listening to the monkeys say, ha ha, you missed me. Phew, I was worried for the monkeys there for just a tiny bit. Well, let's take a look at activity number 7, 5 senses. Another 5 things, of course. But we have 5 different senses, and we have an activity that can activate all of them at one time. There's sight, smell, hearing, touch, and taste. And what we're going to do is actually make a JiffyPop, which is popcorn, obviously. And what you do is you take the blue lid over here and actually take that part off. And when you look at the bottom image, you can see what it looks like without the blue lid. And we want to make sure to leave this ring here that says do not remove this top because it helps the popcorn to pop. Now we're actually ready to pop, and there's actually instructions on the other side of the blue lid that you took off. You want to turn the stove on and put the Jiffy pop container over the heat. You want to use the handle to move it back and forth over the heat because this will cause the popcorn to move around in the hot oil that'll be created in there. Eventually, it'll look like the one that's seen on the right, and the popping will actually kind of slow down. You want to take it off the heat. Now, to open it, you want to take a knife and at the very top of the aluminum, just cut a hole in the top. It is super hot. There will be lots of steam. So, this step is only for adults only. And then you want to pour the popcorn into another container to eat. So tell me, what did they see? What did they hear? What did they smell? What did they taste? And what did the popcorn feel like? Get to use all of their senses to do this. Well, our next activity is activity number 8. It's actually a birthday matchup game. We thought a memory or matchup game would be a nice party game to play. It gives us the opportunity to add words to the whole experience. And in your bag marked 8, you're going to find images glued on cardboard for each of the different ones. And there's actually two sets of those card images in the little squares, and then a big card with all of the images that we're seeing right now glued on a piece of cardboard. Now, each of the images are things that you might find at a typical birthday party, but they have made it just a little bit harder by including similar objects that need to be described to get the right match. For example, there are 10 images on this sheet that include balloons. And we can see number 2, on the first two on the first row. There's this one, which has 3 balloons and a present. And then here's a child that has 3 balloons that they're holding. The cut up pieces of cardboards have 2 copies of each of the images that you're going to see here. And before we get started, what we want to do is to create 2 piles, each with one of each of the images. Okay, so then the first part of the game, we want to use the whole sheet, the big piece of cardboard, with one set of the images that are individually cut out. And the object of this game is to put the matching individual image on the big card. And this is an opportunity for you to use language to describe the image as clearly as with words, and then let your child look for a match. So let's pretend like this is my first image that I choose. Okay. I would say something like this. So we're looking for a picture with 5 balloons on strings. There's streamers and confetti in the air, and the balloons themselves are yellow, red, purple, and green. And for this card, I might say we're looking for a picture with 4 balloons with no strings. It's got a red one, a blue one, a green one, and a yellow one, and there are streamers in the air. Can you find the one that matches that? Lots of language, which is great. All right, well, the second way to play this game is actually a memory game. And in the case of this kind of play, you're going to set a grid out of 6 cards. And as a player, I would turn 2 of those cards over. So you can see I turned over the balloon on the strings and the other one, and they're not a match. Okay. So as the player, I would turn them back over, and then the next player gets to try to match them up like this. So as I'm the second player, I turn over the one at the top and the one down at the bottom, and I would actually keep those, and they would be my set. And the play would continue until all the matches are made. Now, as your learner gets more proficient at the play, you can begin to add more matching sets. And the first one, I just use 3 matching sets, 3 images with 2 sets apiece, or 2 images apiece. Now, with the learning that's taking place is actually a really huge skill. They're actually working on working memory, and working memory is how many steps you can keep in your head on a complex problem. And as problems increase in difficulty, being able to remember all of these things at the same time is essential to success. Well, that's all for this week. See you next week.